How much longer is this gonna take?
Your daughter's on the line. Just running the encryption.
Black hell!
What's up, Gib?
The data you glommed off the rig. There's no way the Georgians could have gotten this much intel without a man inside the CIA.
Fisher, you're up.
Dad?
Sarah. Hi.
Where are you?
On my way home.
I thought you were gonna call last week.
Something came up. I'm sorry.
That's all right. Were you in Georgia?
Honey, you know I can't answer that.
Yeah, I know. I was just watching it on TV.
Sarah. Sarah! Grim's daughter. Wilkes. You okay?
I think so.
Hope everybody's all right back there. We just had a faulty collision warning. I've never seen anything like it. The entire herd went haywire.
Anybody have a line back to 3rd Echelon?
I'm here, Fisher.
What the hell's going on?
Nicolad's just declared war on the U.S.
What?
The Georgians hit our communications, transportation, power grids. We still don't know how extensive the damage is.
What's our defense? What are we doing?
What do we have? Nicolad's caught us with our pants down. All we've got is the laptop you pulled off the oil rig.
My daughter.
I know. I've got people heading over there. This whole country's a mess.
I need to see Sarah.
You know what you need to do. We're helpless until we find Nicolad's. You're heading for the CIA. Your mission just became critical.
Failure at the Red Bear Army Community Hospital in Mississippi resulted in 17 deaths and over 30 injuries. Both county electricity and backup generators were destroyed, leaving military train traveling to Norfolk, Virginia collided with a commuter rail line after an apparent failure of its automated routing system. U.S. military has not released the contents of the train's cargo, though federal authorities have evacuated a 20-mile radius surrounding the wreckage. Though no official death toll has been given, initial reports indicate the deaths of over 40 enlisted men. Potential civilian casualties are believed to be much lower.
Newspapers talking about cyber terrorism, an information crisis, information warfare. Call it what you will, but realize that no American is safe until we mobilize our army.
Rescue workers, their information grid entirely disabled, were unable to respond to the crash for nearly an hour. Injuries became fatalities as, to combat Nicolad's, the Georgian president still in hiding. Though his first wave of cyber terrorism focused on military targets, intelligence proposes that a large-scale civilian target could just as easily...
We have faced terror before and triumphed. I promise here to the American people that we will triumph again. Earth is too small a place for the perpetrators of these acts to hide. The United States and her allies will enact a justice that is swift, true, and absolute.
Hello, my name is Guectro, and this is Tom Clancy Splinter Cell. Full stealth walkthrough, with 0 alerts and minimal knockouts, unless it is mandatory. This is CIA headquarters.
Time to get to work, Fisher. Let me reiterate. We cannot afford any casualties. The NSA doesn't operate in the U.S. We don't spy on other agencies.
I'm not here.
That's right. You've lost existence privileges until the mission's over. We've synced a timer on your OPSAT to a pause in the ventilation system fans. You'll have a limited window of opportunity to use it for insertion.
So right off the bat here in CIA headquarters on the PC version of the game, there are 2 ways that you can enter into CIA headquarters. Currently looking at a frisking with the patrol guards here with this guy.
Just a few minutes more.
We're going to pick the entrance where we have to get into the vent, and the time limit that's on the bottom left-hand side of the screen. There's also another entrance that you can get into, which heads straight into the CIA hallway to enter into the headquarters. And the other way, if you do not get in here in this vent in the time limit, because if it reaches 0 on the time limit, this fan will start spinning around, and you'll have to take the other route. The other route is a little faster than this one, but I choose this one specifically due to how safer it feels and more consistent it feels for a full stealth run. So I am standing here for a reason. I wait about 5 seconds until after that guy comes into this hallway here. Because if you jump a little too early, he'll get suspicious and the music will play and you'll come back. So I just wait a couple seconds there, about 5 seconds, and then I hide in this little corner here and wait for him to come back in this direction that we were previously going in, or were. And once he turns his back on me, I'll then look at the camera in front of me and wait until the camera is pointing in the left-hand direction, and that will give me enough time to run past it without it getting completely alerted to my presence. You'll hear the noise, but as long as it's pointing in the left-hand direction, you are all good. We're going to wait for this patrol guard to turn his back on us, and then we're going to slowly walk up the stairs. If you do not crouch almost as slowly as possible here, this patrol guard is very alert with his hearing, and he will hear you very easily walking up the stairs. Wait until a couple steps forward with the patrol guard there as he walks and sets back in that direction there, and then I kind of hang on this wall here, and then I drop down after he sets in place on the other end of the platform there, so that when I drop down, I'm not softly landing there, because it's too far of a drop to softly land, and he will not hear me drop down if he's in that direction too. You can pick up that stuff if you want, but we're not going to need it for this particular walkthrough, since we're not going to be using a whole lot of that stuff here in this mission.
Are you going to be staying at the hospital?
You got a civilian here and a patrol guard on the end of the wall here.
I know the last thing you want to be doing.
We're going to do a little safe strat here and just wait until this civilian is in the elevator.
Couldn't assume it was a coincidence.
Because he's going to walk into the elevator.
Thanks for your understanding. Let me know if there's anything.
And that'll make this section just a little bit more consistent for full stealth. We picked up our nice little can that we're going to be using to distract this patrol guard right here. And that patrol guard that we previously passed through at the front of us here in the window, we will not have to worry about him seeing us here at all either, which is really nice. We just have to get this patrol guard out of here. So he's going to get suspicious. What is that? Goes up to the middle. And this is very consistent with the patrol guard. He's just going to go forward, and he's going to walk out of the room, and that'll give us time to switch the elevator button back down here so that it can come back down and we can go in it. And like I said, that patrol guard in the window will not see you. Another patrol guard is already out of the room, and we are in CIA headquarters for real now.
Just got word from our man inside. He says your F-2000's in place. You can retrieve it in the storage room behind the generator backup.
Goody.
I'd be ignorant not to arm you, but keep it holstered. One agency fatality means the mission's over.
So now we have to retrieve our F-2000, as Lambert put it. The game renamed it to the SC-20K, the classic SC-20K assault rifle.
Good. It's not ideal, but it looks like we're covered.
Like I said, this is tight as security gets unless Congress...
We type on this keyboard here at the computer to pick up a key.
It's not. I think
keypad.
You're sure?
Code.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Saw the note
overtime.
I'm on
notification there.
It's a crisis, man.
In this version of the full stealth walkthrough, I do knock out enemies that hold keypad codes, just out of personal preference. Most people avoid them and just memorize them but I personally want to show how to acquire all the keypad codes legitimately without just memorizing them. So I do knock out a guard here that holds a keypad code in his little satchel fanny pack. So we're going to be very, very slowly creeping around in this hallway. Just kind of hang onto the wall there. Sometimes he can see you if you do not press up to the wall. And now we're just going to hang out here for a little bit. Because what's going to happen is this is the guard we need to knock out for the keypad code. And we're going to need the technician in a certain spot here.
Hello? Turn that back
Now
on!
it gives us an opening here to be able to grab him. So we're going to grab him. The technician's going to come back. He's going to turn on the light. But we're going to grab him just in time before he turns around. And then we're going to creep behind this technician here. And we're going to knock out this patrol guard. Literally right here. It's not very realistic. But this other patrol guard is not going to notice it as long as you drop him right on the end of the hallway right here. Because this patrol guard is going to walk around on the other end of the hallway. And as you can see, that is the keypad code that guard dropped for us in the satchel. Technician is also not going to get alerted as long as you drop him right before you see the light on this right side of the hallway here. If you knock him out a little behind the technician, like a little bit closer to the technician there, he will get alerted. So you want to make sure you're as far away from him as possible. So there's like a little clump of shadow that you can drop him off in, where you'll be far away from him enough. Type in the good old code, and we are in there. There's going to be 2 guards in here. For consistency's sake, I kind of wait for this technician on the right-hand side to push over to the left. Sometimes this other guard on the left will turn his head around and sometimes see you here, but unfortunately that is some of the randomness of AI behavior, and there's not a whole lot you can do about it, but this is fairly consistent. And then the technician will go the other way, and then we can proceed to get out of here. Gonna get another keypad code here on the computer. And there it is for this room. And there are 2 nice strats for this room. Most people do the split jump skip. We go up top of these platforms here. But we're going to do something a little bit more restrictive, where we are staying in the level and slowly creeping our way through these 2 guards here instead.
Okay.
So we're going to do a nice little split jump and just sort of hang out here for a little bit. And then this technician will come back. And the moment he turns a certain way, we're going to drop back down. So there we go, he drops. He's looking in that direction. Doing another split jump here, and we're just going to be chilling out here for a little bit while this technician does a whole patrol sequence. And we're going to do a nice little trick at the very end. It's very simple, but just have to be a bit precise at the very end of this strat here. If you do enjoy this type of gameplay and walkthrough, you can always check out the playlist in the video description below of all the other missions prior. And you can also check out a no commentary version of the missions as well. And also considering subscribing to the channel and clicking the notification bell for other videos like this. I definitely enjoyed putting together this playthrough, and hope you guys enjoy watching it. So now, this guy is back here, and right before he turns, starts walking forward, we're going to drop down, go to the left here, crouch very, very slowly, and then go to the right immediately here, and hug this wall before you can't move anymore. He's going to turn, go in the other direction. You want to get out of here as quickly as possible while still crouching slowly, because he will turn back in our direction again. So you have a small amount of time to do that. That is a fairly consistent strategy without doing a split jump strat. And it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I guess. Do you know anybody who was hurt?
This guy is just taking a good old phone call. You don't gotta worry about him.
Man.
Just hug the wall here. Now we're gonna get into the server room.
Fisher, GPS shows you within sight of the server. Grim's daughter's standing by. She'll be ready to trace the leak as soon as you can get us access.
So this is a bit tricky here. This part is pretty simple. You wait until he turns to the right there and he'll face like the side of his body there. We're going to type in the code to get in the server room. This is pretty tricky. There's a bit of randomness to this, but mostly consistent. We want to run to the right while crouching, hug the wall, kind of get to the edge here where the technician will not see you on this other side. Use the computer. The technician's going to be standing there. And then most of the time he'll turn to the right into that hallway. And that'll give us enough time to split jump back up here. And two technicians will walk in and go on both sides of that platform where the computer was. So we'll get trapped in there if we do not do this. As long as he is standing in place, you'll have enough time to do that split jump strat. He'll be blocking the technician in the hallway, which will give us enough time to get that split jump and get back up to this platform, and then they'll proceed to go into the room after the fact. Good old Sam Fisher, super spy with the quickness. Then we wait for this guy, turn that direction yet again where he was previously when we entered, as we proceed to walk out and just sort of chilling here. We're just going to wait for him to go right back in that direction again so that he doesn't see us coming forward here to the left. And that'll give you more than enough time to get through here and move along. It's going to be one more guard in this hallway. It'll be very easy to just wait for him. Just walk on by. No threat whatsoever. And you'll be able to proceed as normal. Now for this part here, we got a patrol guy just jamming, and we're gonna jump to alert him here while we're also jamming along.
I heard a noise.
Here's a noise. We'll be able to climb in as he walks out, and you can just follow behind him. The only thing you have to worry about in this hallway is the cameras up top on the ceiling. It's going to be about 4. They have to be facing the opposite direction here if you want to be able to do this strat. Just crouching by. So we're looking at that camera, and it's going to face in the other direction in just a moment to the right. We'll be able to proceed to the left here. You hear the noise, but you'll be able to do this quickly enough to where it will not get alerted to you and you'll be good to go. This guy is just faxing some papers. He's no threat. We don't gotta worry about him. Just wait until he faces his back against you. We're gonna shoot out the light here because this camera is indestructible. And we need time to be able to type in this keypad code. So we have to shoot out that light there. And that is it. Besides the server room being a bit random,
Well, tell Clarence I'm gonna
pretty
have his
straightforward.
ass and his badge for this. Because I'm looking at agency photographs of Red Bear on TV. Find out what agency media the press has. Anything they haven't shown yet, get back before they do.
A cool detail here with this guard, if you actually do knock him out
Fix it.
while he is on that phone call or even after the phone call, you will be able to hear on the other end the guy screaming. Like, where are you? Are you okay? It's a pretty cool little detail here. Don't gotta worry about all this. You can interact with it if you like. There's something on the computer that talks about the turret there, and how it functions in the game. Basically like a little tutorial, mini tutorial on how turrets work there. But you don't have to interact with any of it here. You'll be able to safely get up this elevator and move along to the last part of the mission, which could be a little interesting.
just sent you Doherty's file. He's in information retrieval, Office 508.
What do I do with Doherty?
Stay out of his way for now. We'll get back to you when we find more on him.
So we gotta find Doherty, knock him out, and give him to our guys.
Any order? Nope. Take it back. Turn up the volume.
So we have to find him first. So we're gonna do a nice little sneaking around this whole thing here in the media room. That other guy, he's not gonna see you. And there he is. So we have to get into that room, tap into his computer, get the necessary information. And he's just washing his hands, strolling along. Gives us more than enough time to get onto the computer here. There would be another guard up in front of us as well.
How are we doing, Grim?
But as long as you get out of here quick enough, that guard will not be an issue at all. And look at those wonderful Unreal Engine graphics. Good old 2002 video game here, fellas. And ladies.
Oh, black hell, somebody spotted me. I shut down.
We'll call back. Fisher, we're gonna need you to bag Doherty.
What happened with Grim's daughter?
We'll worry about that. You worry about Doherty. Wait for him to take a smoke break. It'll make grabbing him easier. Details on your offset.
So obviously we cannot get by there, so we're gonna have to go in here and listen to a wonderful presentation.
Meaning we have 3 points of attack. 2 transformers coming from County Electric Supply and the backup generator. Agent Marks has been trying to sell us on the idea of electrostatic fuel bombs, but the blast radius doesn't figure. A logic bomb activated in the hospital's archival system 70 hours earlier, approximately 10 p.m. on the 28th of October, effectively wiped out our chances of tracing the attack digitally. However, we do know how they gained access to the transformers. These are hospital security access codes. The only parties who have these codes are hospital directors and us. If these codes came from CIA files, then... Excuse me, yeah?
This guy gets bored, as we all did.
Hold on a
And we'll
second.
be able to climb up here in this railing and move along here in the door. It's going to be locked. But we got a nice disposable pick here to quickly get it open, and we can move along.
It was close. I mean, she says she saw bodies.
Hey, careful with your coffee.
So now my whole family's spooked. My wife doesn't want to send the kids
And the
to
patrol
school
guards
You spilled your coffee.
staring at
In fact, I'm supposed
the
to call it.
vending
I gotta
machines
run.
instead of the TV
I'm
behind
going
them.
for a smoke. You gonna be around later?
Always
No,
felt
I'm
like that
taking
was
off.
Hey,
pretty
you spilled
hilarious.
coffee. Somebody's gonna have to clean that up.
I gotta run, Mitch. Take it easy.
Never thought a vending machine would be so appealing, but here they are. Dreaming about that moment they can take a break and get that pop or soda. Good old bag of chips. They're just waiting for that moment. All right, so there's 2 ways of getting by this door here with the keypad. You can either follow behind Doherty, which I would imagine most people would kind of figure out being able to do. But as you can see, as he gets along this door here, his AI is a bit sporadic. Oh, I don't want to actually show it. But his movement is very sporadic as he goes to this other door here, and sometimes he can't see you. So we're going to take the safer route here. Open up this door here. This guy is always going to be looking at the bookshelf, so you have nothing to worry about. Type on the computer behind him. You will be able to get a note, which will acquire keypad code for this keypad here. Information retrieval service door. And then we're going to do one more optional thing here before we move along and kidnap Mitchell Doherty. I just feel like this is kind of cool. Nice little Easter egg thing in a really old video game. But as you can see, we have the UFO sightings office. A pretty interesting little optional room here. Ubisoft Montreal being cheeky. There actually is some items in here. We don't obviously use them in this playthrough, but there are some extra items to obtain here if you would like. Type on the computer. You get a data stick, not a note, but a data stick. And if you look at that data stick all the way down here, message encoding protocol, and there is a code 020781. So amongst all those letters, an actual code to open up this door. And there's all the UFO information that is being held here in the CIA headquarters. And a bunch of tactical items. Got some sticky cameras. Got a couple sticky shockers. Pretty nice to have these items here at the very end of the mission. For just a normal casual playthrough. It's nice to have that. You can use sticky cameras for more than just looking around corners. You can use it to break out lights safely, knock out enemies in the head in the original Splinter Cell. Sticky cameras may seem pretty simple, but you can use it tactically to your advantage, which is nice, as well as the sticky shockers. So we have kidnapped Mitchell Doherty, or not yet, but we're on the process of doing that. And now you have to carry his body all the way through this whole part here, and this can be a bit tricky. This is the part of the mission that can get a bit tricky here at the end. This was the part I was talking about earlier. So the patrol guard here mostly will have this patrol pattern here. Sometimes he'll immediately try to go up to the window here that you're in, that you were previously in behind us. I'm not particularly sure why that happens, but the patrol guard will sometimes go right into that room that we were in instantly the moment we walk out with this body. But usually this is what the patrol guard is doing here, walking in this pattern. We just have to wait. We can admire all the cool lighting here of the CIA mission. So the moment this patrol guard goes in this direction over there, we can proceed forward pretty safely. As long as we get to this particular platform here in the middle, even with all the lighting in place, and even if the patrol guard gets suspicious and the music starts playing, as long as he's going in that direction in that corner there, you should be good to go. You should have more than enough time. It's very dark too, obviously. Definitely use that night vision.
I've got another complication for you. Some CIA security dick is chatting up Junior Wilkes and Baxter.
How were they spotted?
They weren't hiding. NSA presence on Langley is completely legit.
The only problem is me and Doherty.
Correct. A SIGINT ninja with an unconscious bureaucrat on his shoulder is less than copacetic, so don't let him see you.
Lambert with all that wonderful profanity of the original game. So here in this section here, we have to wait in the corner here because this technician to the right of us will move, circle in this direction over here, will look right at us, and there's another guard there that we have to worry about as well. He's going to come to the right over there and right in front of us that we're looking at. There he goes. Technician turns back around, and that will give us some time to proceed forward right when that patrol guard starts moving in the other direction again. We're going to have just enough time to creep by this guy as he turns back in that direction that we saw him in previously. So there he goes. And you're good to go. As long as you keep crouching, do not stand, or else these patrol guards will hear you. Always crouch. This patrol guard here, probably the most annoying enemy in the entire mission. You have to always worry about this patrol guard here. So we have to go through a whole nother long section here of this platform to get by this patrol guard and then one more to the right. We kind of wait here in this corner, slightly going off the edge, because if you are not doing this and you're a little pressed up forward, as you can see, the guard has a little patrol to here where he kind of gets pretty straight forward into us, and he'll be able to get alerted there if we do not hang off the ledge a bit. So that'll give us just enough spacing to be able to dodge him there with his patrol. Then he's going to go to the right. We're going to chill out here in this little box because this guard will come back. We will not have enough time to go to the other side quickly enough for this guard to consistently not get suspicious. Sometimes he will see us walking or crouching forward here. So we just wait. We hear with our ears his footsteps as he proceeds to look in the opposite direction, and then we can proceed to move forward. So now we're going to alert this guard here. We're going to make him suspicious by getting into the light a little bit.
What is that?
This will allow the guard to come up here, look at what's going on, and he'll move into the left direction, which will give us enough time to be able to go down the stairs safely without being seen or knocking them out. Now there's one more little detail that we're going to have to work out here at the very end of all of this. So, pretty long section here of carrying Dory. Fisher has the strongest shoulders, legs, and arms in video gaming history, carrying this body down here the whole way through. You can walk and stand instead of crouch down the stairs there. You're more than far enough away from the patrol guard there to then be able to stand up there. But obviously when you are closer to patrol guards from earlier on, you do have to crouch. Just make sure to keep crouching, or else the guard will hear you. Almost done. As you can see, there's another CIA patrol guard there next to our guys.
You mean you actually deal with humans sometimes?
Rarely, but yeah.
Awesome. So, what do you use? I don't understand the question. You know, what kind of drugs do you use? I'm clean.
I think he means for interrogation.
So we're looking at the guard up top.
Right.
He needs to go to the left,
I like barbiturates.
because we do have to knock out this guard in front of us. There's no choice.
Are pretty good.
What, like reds, blues?
Can't really
Stuff? Pinto,
avoid him
something?
otherwise. His patrols are just too narrow
That's a good one.
to be able to get out of here safely.
Oh, man.
That's really creepy.
Yeah.
So we're going to have to stand in place for a while too at the very end of this mission. And sometimes the patrol guard will see us up top as well. So once that patrol guard up top
We need to move quickly.
Lambert's
moves
freaking
back
out
in that
over this Kalina
forward
technique.
I'll
direction,
get him.
We're not going
to the left
anywhere
side.
until you give me Dory.
We have time to knock out this guard and hide him here in the darkness. And then we're going to make this other guard up top suspicious once he comes back in this direction again. We're just going to jump in place. You're going to hear the music.
Who is that? Show yourself.
Once you hear that, the guard will get suspicious. We can get Dorothy, and he's going to move in that direction. Keep walking in that direction, and that will give us more than enough time to complete the mission safely. Because we're going to stand in place here for a bit as well, before the mission is over.
Lambert tell you about Sarah?
No.
And this is forced.
Fine.
You cannot
Blackout's
avoid
been
this.
through, but she's completely all right.
Ah,
Don't get too emotional. Let's get out of here.
thanks, Wilkes.
And there you go. Mission complete. So if you do not do that last part, the guard up top will get alerted and start shooting at you, even in the mission completion screen. So definitely be sure to do that last part, or else you will get alerted at the very, very end of the mission. But that is CIA headquarters, full stealth, with 0 alerts and minimal knockouts. If you guys enjoy this playthrough, it'd really be awesome considering subscribing to the channel and clicking the notification bell if you enjoy content like this, for future or past missions that you would like to see. And also, you can check out the playlist in the video description below for all of the missions here in Tom Clancy Splinter Cell in the full stealth walkthrough. My name is Quectro, and until next time, goodbye.